Bitch, I'm Carter Sauce, and I do this often, don't do no talking. What's up, my dudes? It's the track review of the Reynard Training Complex made by Carter Sauce 47, and just letting you guys know, I'm actually doing this review live here. So I started using shadow play with recording some of these videos, and it's actually making it a hell of a lot smoother, less of that weird lag that I was getting because I was having to put it on duplicate display and some crazy shit, and it was just making it like almost impossible to do any sort of live gameplay. But I can do it a lot better with the shadow play. I just can't really do a decent face cam with that, so whatever. They might be able to fix that in the future though, where they give you more face cam position options and stuff like that. But what this is right here is, what it feels like to me is pretty much a JGMX mixed with a BCMX mixed with a, I don't even know how to explain that, but it's kind of, you know, it has a JGMX sort of decal and kind of feeling to it. Yeah, it's about the only way to explain it. It does feel a little bit different though, like the width of the track, I think it's a little bit more narrow than some of your standard JGMX tracks. But this is obviously replicating the actual Reynard Training Complex, which I've never rode on before in real life, basically, obviously, so I can't tell you from that sense of it as well. But woo, that's a quad. Okay, accidental quad action here, dude. I was pretty sure you probably quad up on that table over. I was trying to hit, can definitely do that triple. So that's basically your two rhythm sections right out of the gate right there. Everything else is fairly simple, like learning it wise. So I'm just trying to figure it out. Woo! Little slide in that flat corner there. The traction, it's okay. Definitely not bad. Feels pretty JGMX standard, normal, you know, that kind of traction going on here. So what? Oh, yeah, I guess that is a little bit of a rhythm section right there too. That one's a little bit more simple, even though I just wadded up on it. It's pretty simple. I'm thinking, this is very similar to that really recent JGMX track that I did a 252 stroke raw laps video on. It feels almost exactly like that track, except the jumps are a little bit easier. I mean, the ground decal, I think this is the exact same ground decal he used on that track. Ooh, that's a monster quad. Yeah. You're going to have to get in your James Stewart mode to hook that baby right there, dude. You're going to have to swing that flat corner super wide. But I think you can do it. I think you can quad in on that. So that'll be cool if I can hit that here in a second. But yeah, the corners feel very similar to that too. Okay, there's that jump onto the table and off the table, and you're doubling into the corner. Yeah, it doesn't have quite the peakness of that one track I was telling you guys about that I did the 252 stroke vid on. Not quite the same sort of peakness, so it is a little bit easier in that sense, but let's see. The whoops. Whoops are fairly similar. This is one of those tracks that, like, it's more of what you would call like a perfect supercross design. Like, not really any variation in the whoops. It looks like somebody went in there and just copied the exact same whoop over and over and over and over and over, which is, it's cool to have some tracks like that, you know. So, but that's just, I'm just telling you that's the way it is. Come on, baby. Get that quad in there, dude. So I don't know exactly when I need to shift to fourth. It's kind of iffy. I don't know. That's probably one of those lines where it's like, I don't really know how worth it would be in a race type environment, but oh yeah, there we go. Okay, so I'm starting to get that jump a little bit easier here. But yeah, the corners it's almost as if JGMX came in here and was like, dude, let me build your corners for you real quick. That's what this feels like. Interesting little thing here. So I'm thinking, yeah, you can over jump that double. It'd probably be a little bit quicker by doing that. And then this, you're just basically jumping over the table onto that. You might be able to jump that, like almost do a quad or a 5 or whatever that is onto the table. Thinking that might be a jump option. The bigger jumps he has here, I'm not the biggest fan of the bigger jumps. Oh my god, English, dude, gotta love it. Some of his bigger jumps, they're just kind of, I don't know, they feel kind of weird to me. Let's see, can we just like completely cheat and swing this? No, I screwed that up before I even started. Okay, well, if you just triple, then you can jump to the table there. So, but what I was saying is like, whoa, you want to make sure you're a little bit more straight than that on the jumps. What I was saying is like the bigger jumps, like your finish line style jump over here and your bigger triples, the spacing of them seems a bit bizarre to me in comparison to some of these other jumps. Like they're more like a standard Supercross track, whereas this finish line jump seems, I mean, I guess it's okay. Not that bad. I don't know. It's just like you really got to time those jumps. Like the landings aren't very, like rolled off or smooth, or like, that's the wrong way to say it. The landings aren't very long, I guess. So like it's very easy to just completely over jump. Like check this out. You know, you got to land it pretty much perfect right there. Even though it's like a simplistic jump face kind of thing going on. So I'm wondering, whoa, that's, yeah, woo. Okay, so the problem that's going to be when you try to cheat right here and go to the outside is you're going to hit this little bit of a, it's almost like he added a baby berm right there. So that's a place where it could trick you up a little bit. So that's an alternative line that's pretty tough to hit if you don't jump all the way to the table. Oh, yeah, okay, oh, that's going to hurt. So yeah, I got really used to hucking big stuff on the 252 stroke, and that's a damn challenge for sure, because you got to be like second gear and super flow in the corners to be able to hit stuff. If you're like a pro at this game and you want a little bit of a challenge, go to that track I was on, that JGMX track I was on before, doing that 252 stroke video on, and try to get on there with the 252 stroke and hit some of those triple ends. Woo! That'll make this 450 shit seem like a breeze, bro. Like, for rizzle. Okay, I've still not ballsed up to try to hook that all the way to the table yet. Ooh, coming up short. Whoa, okay. Okay, so check this out. Oh, yeah, dude, you can hook that little double. That's cool. Okay, coming around like this. Let me cheat. See if I can get it. Woo! It's like the face is just not really made for it at all to hit that quad. I'm sure you can do it. I'm sure if I was off camera going super hard try mode, drinking my Red Bull and shit, I could probably do it. But when I'm trying to just get on here and talk like this, it's going to be a little bit different. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy these live videos. Going to be going in there and doing some live multiplayer. This sort of opens up the door to more of, a lot of the videos that I've done have not been live. Like 99% of my track reviews are not live. A lot of those videos are not live, and it takes a certain element out of the videos, I think. You know, it's like where is that dude? The gameplay is completely split from it, you know, so it's like it's kind of hard to connect to it as much, I feel like. Whereas like this, it's like, oh, hey, we're talking about the track as I'm actually currently riding on it. It's just seems a little bit more cool in certain ways like this. Obviously, my gameplay is going to be a lot different, but whatever, that's okay. I think I've proven enough. My gameplay does not have to be that amazing on every single track review or anything. So, but yeah, that quad is definitely the death of me right now. So I'm not really sure, you know, how accurate this is to the real one or whatever, but it's not that big of a deal. But yeah, he's got like where the sides of the jumps are very, very smoothed off. It almost gives it a little bit of a weird like look from the outside, because of how smooth off the sides of the jumps really are. But off track, it's okay. It's all right. Nothing like that I'm completely jizzing over here, but it's okay. Nothing wild, you know. Oh, let me just try to hit that big. So it's just like basically somewhat of, I mean, it looks like maybe two different types of trees, but they all look the same anyways from a distance. So that kind of eliminates a lot of the off-track stuff. And it's really just like one type of grass decal out there. So fairly generic, very JGMX-esque off-track. Like this literally feels like JGMX like made this track and was like, dude, hey, you can just say this is yours or something. Like that's what this feels like, you know? Oh, there's that quad, and of course I fucking overjump it the first time I go for it. Wow. Wow, bro. That figures right there. That's my luck. First time I get the perfect drive, I like completely soar over the quad and damn near do a 5 in. Oh boy. Okay. Hooking. I'm able to get that fairly consistently. You got to be a little bit careful and not, when you're jumping high and you're landing on a tabletop part, top of the tabletop, you got to be a little bit careful and not pop off the bike on those sort of sections. I do enjoy that he actually put some tough blocks here that definitely makes it feel a little bit more realistic. Yeah, that's going to be a jump you're just going to over jump like every single lap right there. I mean, you could probably jump that to the table, but I don't think it's going to be anything like a consistent line at all, like whatsoever. But skybox is okay. Glad it's... See, this is a good example of a skybox you can use that's not the default skybox, but kind of has that same sort of vibe to it. Like, woo! So that's a good little example of that. But, okay, let's cheat. I don't know why I feel the need to cheat on this so much. Oh, don't overjump, don't overjump. Okay, so so I figured out the rhythm right there. I just had to hit it once to figure it out. So you're doing like a quad in, and then another quad or a 5 or whatever leads you to just double the next jump. That's going to be the big hitter line on that for sure. But ground decal looks okay. Looks pretty good. Pretty realistic look to it. Kind of that dark, not dark, but I mean almost kind of clay coloration, if you know what I'm saying. I do think that is how the Reynard compound looks, so definitely got that kind of feeling going on here. But yeah, whoops are super easy. If you're like a beginner whoop rider, this is definitely your track for that. If you're this is more of like an amateur supercross track, I'd say. Definitely, I know it's called Pro SX or something, but that may just be like the name of the real life thing. But I would say it's way more of like medium difficulty, definitely not hard. Great track for amateur riders, especially if you're not trying to do some stupid quad like I'm trying to do out here. Oh, baby. No. You hit such a weird jump off of that, but whatever. I'm kind of tired of trying to hit that. So, yeah, I'm going to give this thing a... See, he's got a couple little grass billboard or statues or whatever those are over here. Don't know why that wasn't on more of the track. Definitely would have filled out some of that off track a little bit better, but it's okay. You know, I say these certain things like it would be cool to have this on the track and it would be rated higher if it had this or whatever, but at the same time, I like to have all variations. See, I'm more of a variation sort of dude. I like to have some tracks that are a little more bare and basic like this off track because it gives it a different feeling. Even though, you know, I may rate it lower, I still like to see different stuff like that, regardless of what I'm rating the track. I enjoy seeing some tracks that, you know, if every single track out there had grass billboards everywhere, trees everywhere, and all, you know, the generic stuff most people put on them, then they would all look the exact same. So in the same sort of token, even though I'm giving it whatever, like I'd probably give this probably a 6 overall. Even if I would give it that, it's not to say that it's not like a cool, different sort of design, because it is off-track wise. See, that's funny how you can, even though you can make something more basic, it can actually be unique in that sense. In certain occasions, and JGMX has been able to pull that off a couple times on certain tracks, you know, making something a little more basic, but yet it becomes pretty unique in the way that he did it. So that's a cool thing that can potentially happen. But yeah, I would say 6 overall here. Little above average. I think the on-tracks jumps and stuff is pretty well built. You know, you got to remember when I rate something 6, like 6 is above average. I do feel like this is, you know, the on-track kind of brings it around to being a little bit above average. But other than that, it's not anything super unique. It's not, you know, so... but it's okay. The jumps, it's not like I'm hitting something that's like super creative in the way that it's built or anything. It's just kind of pretty standardized here, so that's another reason why it's getting more of like a 6 instead of a 7-8 style. But yeah, either way, medium difficulty. So appreciate you guys watching all the videos. Later, dudes.